Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss King and Shay situation. So if you know, King and Shay is a big YouTuber who moved from Jamaica to America. How they moved, they think they crossed the border in order to come to America. And when they initially came, I guess they were saying that yes, they were very happy to be in America, and they were saying that America is better than Jamaica. So maybe they said some certain things to that offended Jamaicans, and now the Jamaican community is against them. So they found themselves in a situation where they moved in with a person in Atlanta called, her name is Denise. So they lived with her for a certain amount of time. Then they moved out without telling her. They moved in with someone else, and this someone else, which is the Shay's dad girlfriend, became Shay's dad girlfriend. They got into a big fight, and they were left, I guess, homeless, because they actually had to depart from that house again. So that's the second home that they had to depart from. So now their fans are saying America is not a bed of roses. Why they moved to America? They didn't have a plan, and so on and so forth. So a lot of people are coming down on them. And the King said this morning, which I agreed with, is not that he's saying that America is a bed of roses. Like, things are much easier in America for them than it was in Jamaica. They had to spend so much amount of money in Jamaica for the kids' schooling and certain things for the children. Whereas in America, they don't have to give their kids lunch money. Food is taken care of by the school. Transportation is taken care of by the school. Or even if it's, it is taken care of by the school, because I don't even pay transportation for my daughter. They give you a card for transportation. For food, they have an option to eat in the school, or you can give them money to buy food outside. Most children, when they reach a certain age, they don't want to eat the school food because they say the school food is nasty. From my experience, I don't think the school food is nasty. The kids just have something into their mind that they're not going to eat the school food. I'm working in a daycare centers, so I do take the children like once in a while to the school, and the food is good. It's healthy. Most children, they don't want healthy food. They want the junk food. So they think in that sense the food is bad, but the food is not bad. Today also, King was he was crying on live, saying that people are saying that he's begging and he's not working. You have to remember, when you come to America, you're not going to get a job right away. There is certain steps that you have to take, and they're not even legal citizens in America or residents. So it's going to take them a while to get a job. They're going to have to go through certain loops that they don't want to go through in order to get some kind of position. They were saying that Shay is lazy because someone gave her a job and she was just making excuses. She went from one excuse to the next. I can understand her saying that she don't want to leave her children at home, her 3 kids, to go to work. Number one, she said one of the jobs that they gave her, she had to have a driver's license. She had to drive. She don't have a driver's license. So, in all defense to her, that wasn't a good idea for her, because she don't even know the place. Yes, you have a GPS, but some of us live here for so many years and we still don't know how to use a GPS. Another place she was saying, I forgot the story where she said about that other job, but things didn't work out with that job. Oh no, it was actually a live-in job, and she said she didn't want to leave her children. She didn't want to leave her children with anyone to go live in Most women don't want to here in America, but if you have to and things get down to it, you have to go out there and work for your family. Which I think Shay probably could have taken that job and eventually work to something in the daytime. So when her kids are at school, she can be working. She can be working in the daytime. They both have to, Shay and King have to consider that this is a transition from what they are used to in Jamaica. So everything is not going to be slow pace, easy going. Yes, it's not a bed of roses, but things can happen here in America. Shay brought up the idea that the problem that they were having in the household, that her and her boyfriend or her children's father, they were arguing a lot, and it was due to the person that they were living with. She said that the lady was telling them to break up, telling her to why don't you leave King, and then telling King why don't you leave Shay, not knowing that the lady had a thing for her boyfriend or kid's father, King. She said she found pictures in King's phone with the lady on it in her faja, and also her rubbing her private area. Here you have, and she said she couldn't say anything because she was living with the lady and the lady was giving her a shelter. Initially, they took the space because she thought the lady, which is her name is Denise, was being a good Samaritan to them, not knowing that in the past she was talking to, like, she was trying to come on to King as like, I want your man kind of, I want him kind of a thing. But I guess things didn't work out. Yes, men and women can have relationships, but when you have pictures and you're showing him your private area and you had your butt done and you're showing it to him, like, that's going overboard. So that was an exposure in itself. Yeah, so going back to the second lady throwing them out, they had a big fight outside, and they were saying that King and Shay couldn't afford the rent, but Shay and King explained that they were living good until the lady's daughter moved in and was sharing space with them, and things started going sour. So when you have so much grown adults, it's like first 5 adults in one space. So they have like 3 rooms, 5 adults, and about 4 children. Things are bound to happen. So, they kick off and they got thrown out, and now they had to move all the way to Atlanta. They're currently in a house that they're trying to build up. The house is basically skeleton, and it's going to be cold right now. So I pray that they get, better shelter. Or maybe they're staying in a hotel until the house is fixed up. One thing I can say, when you move from a country and you come to America, Americans are very different. They're going to be very nice to you, whether they're family or a friend. But after 2 weeks, you need to get yourself somewhere else. After 2 weeks, you overstay your welcome. That's how Americans are. I am kidding you not. I advise no one to come and live or even stay. Like, if you have to stay with someone, because you have to remember, you're burning the people's electricity, you're probably eating their food, you're putting more expense on them. So it's a burden on the individual that is the head of the household. So you have to think for yourself. And things will get sour really quickly. So unless you have enough money to sustain yourself for a whole year, you can live on your own, then come to America. You are welcome. But if you're going to hitch up with somebody else, that's a whole different story. Guys, let me know if you're living in America and you think it's a bed of roses. Like they say, I mean, America has its perks and its downfalls as well. Just like other countries have their perks and their downfall. And do you think King and Shane should go back to Jamaica? What do you think? Another thing, maybe they were fooled, like they were getting so much money that, and when they convert it to Jamaican money, they will live in, they will live in well. But when they're getting that same amount of money here in America, it's totally different. Because it's expensive here in America as well. Yes, YouTubers are making a good amount of money here and are making it, some of them. But I notice when YouTubers from other countries come here, like they can't spend that much money because to me, like the money is not, it's not stretching. It's too expensive here in America. I mean, people are saying that they need to go get a job. YouTube is their job. But the thing about them, they can't get around with other people. So their vlogs is not going to be like it was before. They can't upload like they were in Jamaica if they're living in someone's house. So I do wish them the best of luck. Let's pray for them. And hopefully they can get a place of their own. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell, and comment down below.